Hello children, welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn about how to find the main idea of a text. So what do you mean by text? A content will be given for you. So after reading a content, you have to follow some steps. So here we are going to learn 3 steps how to find the main idea of the given particular content. So let us learn about it. Now first take page 114 in your honeycomb book. So today we are going to learn about the topic fire, friend and foe. So this fire is both useful and dangerous. So as we all know, so the fire was both useful and dangerous. For what are the purpose we are using this fire? We use this fire for cooking, for so many purposes, not only for cooking, to making the water hot, and for some sources. For example, if you are suffering from cold, so that if you burn the fire, it will make our body cool, hot, right? So for so many purposes we are using this fire. So what is fire? It is a flame like, isn't it? So how did we discover it? So as we discovered it? No, the early people, the early men, those who lived the 100 years and 1000 years back, they discovered fire. Do you know how they discovered fire? So as when they were playing with the stones, they saw the sparks. So when they were scratching the stones, 2 stones, they saw the spark over there. And from that they come to know when they scratch the stones, they can get the fire. So how do we control it? So we know how to control it by using blankets, or by using the sand, or by using waters, isn't it? So nowadays so many things have found to control the fire. So let us learn something about the fire and how it formed and how it happened and how it was suppressed. So everything we are going to learn in this lesson. So fire, friend and foe. Early men didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. So he refers to the early men, right? So here we come to know that early men didn't know how the fire formed, right? Yes. So after that, they have watched so many lightnings where you can see before rain or during the rain, you can see the lightning and thundering sound on the from the sky, isn't it? Yes. And volcanoes. So when they saw this new thing, what will happen? The early man can frightened, isn't it? So fire may have puzzled early men. So they may think, what is this, isn't it? But we know that fire is the result of a chemical reaction. So when the oxygen in the air combines with the carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. So energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we call fire. So here we come to know the chemical reaction which was done by the oxygen in the air when it combines with the carbon and hydrogen in a fuel. So that chemical reaction, it forms into energy and it reacts as the heat and light, and it released in the process, and this is called the fire. So here 3 things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen and heat. So here wood, coal, cooking gas and petrol are some other examples of fuel. Then oxygen comes from the air. So that is why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flames. So have you all seen the paper? When you burn the paper, what will happen? All over the paper will catch the flame first, and then it will start burning, right? Yes. So the third thing needed to make fire is heat. So fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire on its own. So here from this we learned only the fuel and oxygen won't make the fire. So it needs some newspaper or by sticks or dry sticks, so it can make the fire to burn. So here, to burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it catches fire. So we all know, if we want to burn a particular sticks or thing, we need to keep it for a while in the sun, isn't it? So that with the heat it can burn easily. So same like that, we generally do it with the lighted match. So every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. So this temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. Kindling means what? So material which can burn very easily. Then it is sometimes said that fire is a good servant at the bad master. So here you can see. So it is sometimes said that fire is a good servant. At the same time, it is also very bad master, it seems. So it only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control. So for instance, we use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. Who will maintain this? So we will keep this under control. For example, after cooking, what we'll do? We'll switch off the stove, isn't it? And for example, when we are feeling very cold in winter, what you'll do? You'll warm your home by burning the thing, but not here. You can see in Ooty or Kodaikanal and all, you can see this thing. Not only here, for the other countries like cold regions. So, and to generate electricity. So, if it is not in use, what you have to do? You have to switch it off the electricity. Otherwise, what will happen? So, due to the overheat of the electrical appliances, so it can got fire, isn't it? So, but on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. So each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by the fire. So whenever we open the news, then and there we can hear the news that this shop was burned because of the electricity fault, isn't it? So then and there we are hearing in the news. So vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured. Not only the people around the forest, the animals which was living inside the forest also killed due to the fire accident, isn't it? So you may know what happened in the Australia. So many, the surrounding forest have been burned and so many animals like kangaroo and all have died in this fire accident, isn't it? So just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three main ways in which a fire can be put out. In each one of the three things needed for burning is taken away. So here they have given three main ways how to put out the fire, it seems. So for example, we can take away the fuel. If the fire has no fuel to feed on, no burning can take place. We often let a fire die out simply by not adding more fuel to it. For example, when you are burning in a stove with the help of the stove. So what will happen after it gets, we finished our cooking, what we'll do? Automatically we'll off the fuel. We won't leave the stove as it is burning, right? So this is the first way. The second way of putting out a fire is to prevent oxygen from reaching it. So no supply of oxygen means no fire. So small fires can be put out or smothered with a damp blanket or a sack. So this stops oxygen reaching the burning material. So sometimes carbon dioxide is used to extinguish fire. It does not allow oxygen to reach the burning material. So the second way is for example, if you want to put out the fire, you can damp the blanket over. For example, if the person with a sudden accident of fire, he got fire on his body. So what will they do? They'll just take out the blanket or sack to stop the fire, isn't it? So this was happened to suppress the oxygen that will not let the person to burn. Okay, so here at the same time they are using carbon dioxide to use the extinguish fire. That means in the school So you can see the cylinders which was filled with carbon dioxide. So whenever the fire accident occur in that particular building, so in each floor they have kept this, isn't it? So to put out the fire, this is the second way. And the third way of putting out a fire is to remove the heat. If the temperature can be brought down below the flash point, the fuel stops burning. So you blow on a burning matchstick or a candle to put it out. So in doing so, you remove the hot air around the flame, bringing down its temperature below the flash point, and the candle goes out. So here is the same thing. The third way is of, when if you want to put out the candle, if you blow the air, what will happen? It automatically goes out, isn't it? So here sometimes water is sprayed on a fire, so it absorbs heat from the burning fuel and lowers the temperature. So when you spray the water on it, for example, the firemen, when they pour the water on the fire area, what will happen? It will suppress the temperature. It will bring out the temperature lower and it will control the fire. So here the blanket of water also cuts off the supply of oxygen and the fire is extinguished so that the fire may stop. So some fires cannot be put out with water. If water is sprayed onto an oil fire, the oil will float to the top of the water and continue to burn. This you all know. For example, the particular area was oil and it will not mix with water, isn't it? So what will happen? Automatically it got fire, right? So this can be very dangerous because water can flow quickly. It can go wherever you want, isn't it? So the carrying the burning oil with it and spreading the fire. Water should also not be used on fires caused by electrical appliances. So the person spraying water might receive an electrical shock and be killed. A carbon dioxide extinguishers is the best thing to fight an electrical fire. So what will this person, the fireman, do now? So before they are spraying the water on the particular building or in the particular place, what they'll do, they'll first switch off all the electrical appliances so that they may not get the electric shock. Okay. So we spend millions of rupees each year in fighting fires, as we spend more trying to find new ways of preventing fires from happening and getting out of control. On the whole, we have learned rather well to control fire and put it to good use in our everyday life. So long ago, there were no firemen. So in the past days, the past years and all, there were no firemen. So when the fire broke out, everybody became a firefighter. So people formed human chains and passed buckets of water from the well or a pond to the blaze. So you can see the particular area got fire. So in the olden days, they doesn't have firemen. So they themselves came to help for the fire accident so that they can bring the water from the well or from the pond, and they exchange the water to stop the fire in the particular area. So they made it as a human chain. So now there are laws about building construction which ensure that space is left between buildings to reduce the fire risks. So here now at this present we have the law. It seems that each and every building construction should have the space in order to reduce the fire risks. So every new building, especially a public place, must ensure observance of fire prevention norms. So they have to get the fire prevention norms there. So bands of firefighting workers with special equipments known as fire brigades. What do you mean by fire brigades? One who fight with the fire. So they should have their fire brigades, like their costumes, they are using the pipes or water pipes or their vehicle. Everything they are using should be very careful and it should be in time, right? So are there to put out fires. So firefighters are highly trained people. They possess many skills. So they cut off electricity supply, knock down dangerous walls, spray water and other materials to bring fire under control. So they are also trained in first aid. So as I said earlier, so when they become to firefighters, what they have to do, they have to get training, right? So for example, they should off all the electrical appliances, and they should know that particular place, the people should not move here and there, so that they can spray the water and they can suppress the fire and they can take over all the things from the fire under control. So then not only by this, they have to learn the first aid, how to prevent the people who suffers from the burning and the effects of smoke. So the discovery of fire and its uses helped early men to cope with nature better and gradually adopt a settled mode of life. So discovery of fire, those early men, so they bring out the cope with nature, so and gradually they settled with the life with the fire, isn't it? So fire is still worshipped in many parts of the world. So as we see in the movie and all, you can see they will worship the god with the help of the fire, isn't it? So fire is indeed a friend, but as we know, it can be a dangerous enemy once it gets out of control. So here fire is need, and it was very useful, but at the same time it was also dangerous and it gets out of control. So as humans, we only have the thing to control over it. Okay, so this lesson teaches, what are the things we learned from this lesson? We learned about 3 things needed to make fire, isn't it? The fuel, oxygen and heats. And before that we learned that fire puzzled early men. So they were thinking about early men, how we got the fire, isn't it? Now we know about the fire, isn't it? So that is the first thing. And the second thing is 3 things to needed to make the fire, and the 3 ways we saw: first way, second way and third way to put out the fire. So then we learnt about some fires cannot be put out with water, isn't it? So because it was when the oil was spilled in the water, what will happen? We cannot stop the burning area, right? Then the new ways to control fire. So here the fire brigades, we learnt about the fire brigades, isn't it? And we learnt at the end that fire was very good as well as it was the enemy too, isn't it? So this was the main thing we learned from the text. So here are the 3 steps we need to follow to write the thing, that is of how to find the main idea of the text. Is of step 1 is of first you have to write the title. So what is the title? Fire, friend and foe. This is the main title, isn't it? Then the first line. What is the first line of the content? Early man didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. So this is the first line from the content. And what is the last line from the content? Fire is indeed a friend, but as we know, it can be a dangerous enemy once it gets out of control. This is the last line. So the first step is of you have to write the title, the first line and the last line of the content. Then the second step is of, so the first we learned that fire puzzled early men. Now we know about fire, isn't it? Then 3 things needed to make the fire. So what are they? Fuel. Yes, the 3 things we need to make fire. Then first way, second way, 3 ways. We saw the 3 ways to put out fire, isn't it? Then we learned some fires cannot be put out with water. For example, the oil when it's spilled in the water, right? Then new ways to control the fire, that is of fire brigades and carbon dioxide used to extinguish the fire. So these and all the new ways we learnt about to control the fire. Then we learnt about fire that is also a good servant as it was a bad master too. And we learnt that is the fire is a friend because it was very useful for so many people, and it was also enemy when you didn't use it properly. So these are the second steps how I have written this. So did you see this? The first step is written with the title, first line and last line. And in the second step we can see I have made it in a boxes, isn't it? The main points I have taken. Then in the third step what it was given is the supporting details from the content. So here what are the supporting details? Means which the points which supports the content you have to make it as a bulletins. Okay. So first point is of forest and homes are destroyed. People are killed because of fires. So we can use to cook food, remain warm and to generate electricity. So we have learned how to control fire. So here what are the three supporting details I have found from the content is of. You may write 4 or 5 or 6. It's up to you. So, but I have written 3 supporting details, that is of forest and homes are destroyed, people are killed because of fires, isn't it? Then the second thing is of we use fires to cook food. So here we can see the supporting details, how the fire was destroying and how it was used, isn't it? So this, whenever you have taken the content, you have to follow these 3 steps, that is of step 1, step 2 and step 3. So step 1, you have to write the title with the first line and the last line, and the second and step 2, you have to make it the main points of the story with the boxes, and the third point with the supporting details. Did you get me? So here I can show you that you can see how to find the main idea of the text. Step 1, look at the title of the text, read the first and last sentence of the text, and you can make it as a note. Then step 2 is of go through the boxes in your notes which you have taken. What are these paragraphs mostly about? About fire, right? Then third step is of go through the bullets in your notes. So look for important supporting details that directly connect to the main idea of the text. So these are the 3 steps you need to follow it. So at last you can make it as a content. So the text fire, friend and foe is mostly about how fire is both useful and dangerous to us. So here we can see the details as clear. Forest and homes are destroyed, people are killed because of fires. We use fire to cook food, remain warm and generate electricity. So here we have learnt how to control fire. So here we learnt about fire in this content, and we learnt what are the new ways to control fire, and we know the new techniques that were followed to control the fire in this lesson. So this is the main idea of the text. Text means nothing but a content. Did you get me? So you have to follow the 3 steps which I gave. Today's homework I'll post it in the group, so kindly follow it. And from the lesson, 3 questions, the 3 questions about the king's story, no? So you are going to write the main idea of it. So kindly make it as a 3 step with the content given, the 3 questions, and you can send it in the Google Classroom. Thank you, dear children.